And we are starting off with these updates coming in. At the annual United Nations General Assembly session, US President Donald Trump ranted, rambled on, and seemed to repeat the stop war claims, blamed India, China and Europe for the Russia war, and made several false claims. He fired at 5 targets, essentially. Former Presidents Biden, Obama, India, China, and Sadiq Khan. Let's just decode Trump's speech at the UNGA, a 55-minute speech, by the way, starting off with the false claims. First of all, he said that he has stopped wars that would have killed millions and millions.
I ended 7 wars, and in all cases they were raging with countless thousands of people being killed. It's too bad that I had to do these things instead of the United Nations doing them. And sadly, in all cases, the United Nations did not even try to help in any of them.
He listed conflicts between Armenia and Azerbaijan, Cambodia and Thailand, Israel and Iran, India and Pakistan, Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Egypt and Ethiopia, and Serbia and Kosovo. Quick fact check here. These deals are closer to ceasefires than peace agreements that permanently end generational disputes. And in the case of India and Pakistan, India has said time and again that it was the military leaders between the two sides that stopped the war. And we all know that the US president's team is scanning the globe, looking for fires to extinguish, to claim quick wins for his campaign for a Nobel Peace Prize. And speaking of false claims, Trump also called climate change the greatest con job ever, quote unquote, alleging that the concept of carbon footprint was, quote unquote, a hoax. Throughout the speech, Trump denigrated clean energy projects in various countries as fruitless and part of what he called the Green New Scam. He said, and I'm quoting, climate change, it's the greatest con job ever perpetrated on the world, in my opinion, quote unquote. Further saying, carbon footprint is a hoax made up by people with evil intentions, and they are heading down a path of total destruction, quote unquote. Next, Donald Trump trained guns at the United Nations itself. He launched a sarcasm-laden broadside against the United Nations, saying the institution does not help peace, mocking the quality of the headquarters building as well. Listen to this.
What is the purpose of the United Nations? The UN has such tremendous potential. I've always said it. It has such tremendous potential, but it's not even coming close to living up to that potential. All I got from the United Nations was an escalator that on the way up stopped right in the middle, and then a teleprompter that didn't work. These are the 2 things I got from the United Nations, a bad escalator and a bad teleprompter.
In fact, then came the other issues without mentioning the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. The US president pushed for Hamas to release hostages. He said that Hamas has repeatedly rejected reasonable offers to make peace, quote unquote, briefly saying that, quoting further, we have to stop the war in Gaza immediately.
Those who want peace should be united with one message: release the hostages now. Just release the hostages now.
Let's also tell you how the US president said that the recognition by a slate of Washington's allies of a Palestinian state was what he called a reward for Hamas for horrible atrocities, quote unquote. But most importantly, Donald Trump launched a scathing attack at Europe for continuing to buy Russian oil and gas, declaring that he would not move to apply new punishment on Moscow for the war in Ukraine until they cut off their purchases. He said, and I'm quoting here, it's embarrassing to them, and it was very embarrassing to them when I found out about it, quote unquote. Further saying, they have to immediately seize all energy purchases from Russia. Otherwise, we're all wasting a lot of time, quote unquote. European nations, in fact, have dramatically reduced their oil purchases from Russia since the war started, but continue to purchase natural gas. Two countries specifically, Hungary and Slovakia, are now making up the bulk of the European purchases of Russian oil. And while he, in a way, scolded Europe, he once again shifted the goalpost from America to India and China, blaming the two countries for the Ukraine war. Listen to this.
China and India are the primary funders of the ongoing war by continuing to purchase Russian oil. But inexcusably, even NATO countries have not cut off much Russian energy and Russian energy products.